Star forts, also known as bastion forts, were primarily constructed using materials that could withstand artillery fire. Here's a breakdown of the materials used. Concrete was not commonly used in the original construction of star forts during the Renaissance and early modern periods. However, in the 1900s and early 2000s, some fortifications were updated or built using concrete to improve their resilience against more powerful artillery and explosives. These later adaptations often combined concrete with steel to create more robust defenses. Wood was generally not used as the primary material for constructing star forts due to its vulnerability to fire and lack of durability against cannon fire. However, wood might have been used for certain temporary structures or reinforcements within the forts. The primary materials for star forts were brick, preferred for its ability to absorb and deflect cannonballs without shattering. Stone, used in earlier fortifications but gradually replaced by brick due to its tendency to shatter under bombardment. Let's explore some notable examples of star forts. First, we have Fort Wood, located on Liberty Island in the USA. Originally designed as a star fort, its structure later became the foundation for the iconic Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France, stands as a symbol of freedom and democracy. Another remarkable example is the Citadel of Lille in France. This fort is a well-preserved star fort primarily built with brick, showcasing the architectural ingenuity of its time. Even in the absence of active wars or invasions, there are several reasons why star forts might be constructed or reinforced with concrete. First, deterrence. The presence of strong fortifications can act as a deterrent to potential aggressors. Even if there are no immediate threats, maintaining robust defenses can prevent future conflicts. Second, fortifications often serve as symbols of a nation's strength and stability. Investing in concrete star forts could project an image of power and preparedness. Third, some star forts might be reinforced with concrete to preserve them as historical monuments. This ensures their structural integrity and longevity for educational and cultural purposes. Fourth, even without traditional warfare, there might be other threats such as civil unrest or natural disasters. Reinforcing forts with concrete can provide a safe haven and protect critical infrastructure, or change the historical context of the post-medieval forts. Fifth, forts can be used for training military personnel. Having well-maintained and modernized fortifications allows for realistic training scenarios. Lastly, well-preserved forts can attract tourists and serve as educational sites, providing insights into historical military architecture and strategies. These reasons highlight the multifaceted roles that fortifications can play beyond just defense against immediate military threats. The recent interest and attribution of star forts to specific historical contexts and locations can be attributed to several factors. First, advances in technology. Modern technology, such as satellite imagery and advanced mapping tools, has made it easier to identify and study star forts from above. This has led to a renewed interest in their locations and historical significance. Second, increased academic and archaeological research has brought more attention to star forts. Historians and archaeologists have been able to uncover more details about their construction, use, and the cultures that built them. Third, there has been a growing public interest in historical architecture and fortifications, partly fueled by media coverage and publications. This has led to more awareness and appreciation of star forts. Fourth, many star forts have been preserved and restored as historical sites, museums, and tourist attractions. These efforts have helped highlight their historical importance and bring them into the public eye. Lastly, in some cases, star forts have been the subject of conspiracy theories and alternative historical narratives, which have also contributed to their visibility and the curiosity surrounding them. These factors combined have led to a greater recognition and understanding of star forts, their origins, and their historical contexts. Yes, there are several star forts in America. Here are a few notable examples. Fort McHenry in Baltimore, Maryland, is famous for its role in the War of 1812, where it defended Baltimore Harbor from a British attack. The fort's star-shaped design is a classic example of a bastion fort, but it may be older than expected. These forts are significant historical landmarks and showcase the strategic military architecture of their time. The attribution of star forts to various cultures can be explained by their widespread adoption by Europeans and adaptation across different regions and time periods. Here are a few key points. Origins and spread star forts, or bastion forts, originated in Italy during the Renaissance as a response to the advent of gunpowder artillery. The design quickly spread across Europe and beyond, being adopted and modified by various cultures, including the Spanish, French, Dutch, and others. Spanish influence. The Spanish were indeed significant builders of star forts, especially in their colonies in the Americas and the Philippines. They used these forts to protect their territories from both European rivals and local resistance. Cultural adaptation. As the design of star forts spread, different cultures adapted the basic principles to suit their own needs and local conditions. This led to variations in the design and construction techniques, which can sometimes make it seem like different cultures independently developed these forts. Documentation and research. Modern research and historical documentation have helped clarify the origins and spread of star forts. Advances in technology, such as satellite imagery, have also made it easier to identify and study these structures, leading to a better understanding of their distribution and cultural influences. In summary, while the Spanish played a significant role in building star forts, the design itself was a European adaptation that was widely adopted and adapted by various cultures around the world. Spanish-built star forts have several unique features that reflect their strategic and architectural innovations. Here are some key characteristics. Use of coquina. In Florida, the Spanish used a semi-rare form of limestone called coquina to build forts like Castillo de San Marcos and Fort Matanzas. Coquina is composed of shell fragments and has a unique ability to absorb and dissipate the impact of cannonballs, making it an effective material for fortifications. Integration with natural landscapes. Spanish star forts often took advantage of the natural terrain to enhance their defensive capabilities. For example, they were frequently built near coastlines or on elevated ground to provide a strategic advantage. Complex bastion design. The Spanish forts featured intricate bastion designs with multiple layers of defense. These included ravelins, detached triangular fortifications, glacis, sloped earthworks, and wide ditches to slow down attackers. Adaptation to local conditions. Spanish engineers adapted the star fort design to suit the local climate and materials available. This included using local stone, brick, and other materials that were readily available and suitable for the environment. Cultural influences. Spanish star forts often incorporated elements of Moorish architecture, such as horseshoe arches and decorative tilework, reflecting the cultural influences from Spain's history. These features highlight the ingenuity and adaptability of Spanish military engineers in creating effective and resilient fortifications. The Moors, primarily of North African and Arab descent, had a significant presence in Italy, particularly in Sicily and parts of southern Italy during the early medieval period. Here's an overview of their influence and legacy. Arrival and establishment. Early arrivals. The Moors began arriving in Italy in the 9th century, primarily due to the expansion of Islamic rule in North Africa and the Mediterranean. Emirate of Sicily. One of the most notable Moorish establishments was the Emirate of Sicily, which began in 827 AD when the Aghlebid Moors from North Africa captured the island. They ruled Sicily for several centuries, bringing significant cultural and technological advancements. Cultural and architectural influence and architecture. The Moors introduced advanced architectural techniques and styles which can be seen in the Arab Norman architecture of Sicily. This style is characterized by the fusion of Arab, Norman, and Byzantine elements. Agriculture. They introduced new agricultural practices, including advanced irrigation systems, which greatly improved the productivity of the land. Learning and scholarship. The Moors established centers of learning and promoted scholarship, contributing to the intellectual and cultural development of the region. Legacy Arab Norman style. The architectural legacy of the Moors in Sicily is evident in buildings such as the Palatine Chapel in Palermo and the Zisa Palace, which showcase the blend of Islamic and Norman architectural elements. Cultural exchange. The Moorish presence in Italy facilitated a rich cultural exchange influencing art, science, and daily life in the region. The Moors left a lasting impact on Italy, particularly in Sicily, where their contributions to architecture, agriculture, and culture are still evident today.